Hello everyone. The conflict between the Israelis and the Palestinians reflects a long standing struggle in the region, encompassing the land between the Jordan River to the east and the Mediterranean Sea to the west. And this conflict has deep historical roots, shaped by statehood claims from the Israelis and the Palestinians that have been supported by various international agendas and activities over time. So, in this timeline, we will be going to explore some of the pivotal moments in the conflict from 1947 to today. Let's begin. In 1947, the UN General Assembly passes a resolution calling for the partition of the Palestinian territories into two states, one for Jewish and one for Arab. The resolution also envisions an international UN run body to administer Jerusalem. The Palestinian territories had been under the military and administrative control of the United Kingdom since the 1917 defeat of the Ottoman Empire in World War I. Then, in 1948, Israel declares its independence as the British rule ends. Sparked by Israel's declaration of independence, the first Arab-Israeli war begins. Egypt, Iraq, Jordan, Lebanon, and Syria invaded Israel. The fighting continues until 1949, when Egypt, Israel, Jordan, Lebanon, and Syria sign armistice agreements. Over the course of the 1948 Arab Israeli War, at least 700,000 Palestinian refugees flee their homes in an exodus known to Palestinians as the Al Nakba, which means catastrophe. Israel wins the war, retaining the territory provided to it by the United Nations and capturing some of the areas designated for the imagined future Palestinian state. Israel gains the control of West Jerusalem, and Egypt gains the Gaza Strip, and Jordan gains the West Bank and East Jerusalem, including the Old City and its historic Jewish quarter. 1967, Israel and several of its neighbors fight the Six-Day War. Israel wins a decisive victory. It suffers 700 casualties and its adversary suffers nearly 20,000 casualties. Israel emerges with control of the West Bank, Gaza Strip, and East Jerusalem, and Israel also takes the control of Syria's Golan Heights and the Sinai Peninsula, which is a part of Egypt. Therefore, Israel will stay in the Sinai Peninsula until April 1982, and in the same year, the UN Security Council passes a resolution calling for Israeli withdrawal from territories occupied in the recent conflicts. The resolution also established the concept of land for peace. Thereafter, in 1973, another Arab-Israeli war broke out, known as the Yom Kippur War, is fought when Egypt and Syria attempted to retake the Israeli-occupied Sinai Peninsula and the Golan Heights. And with this, Cold War tension spiked as the Soviet Union aids Egypt and Syria, and the United States aids Israel. The Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, begins an oil embargo on countries that supports Israel, and the fighting ends after an UN-sponsored ceasefire negotiated by the United States and the Soviet Union. After that, in 1978, Israel and Egypt signed the Camp David Accords, which established a basis for a peace treaty between the two countries. The accords also commit the Israeli and Egyptian governments, along with the other parties, to negotiate the deposition of the West Bank and the Gaza Strip. Thereafter, in 1979, Egypt and Israel sign a peace treaty. The treaty commits Israel to withdraw from the Sinai Peninsula and evacuate its settlements there, and this had resulted in the termination of the state of war between Egypt and Israel, which leads to the normalization of diplomatic and commercial relations between the two countries. Israel's Prime Minister and Egypt President exchanged letters reaffirming their commitment, outlined in the Camp David Accords, to negotiate the deposition of the West Bank and the Gaza Strip. And then in 1987, an Israeli driver kills 4 Palestinians in a car accident that sparks the first intifada or uprising against Israeli occupation in the West Bank and Gaza. The image of Palestinians throwing rocks at the Israeli tanks became the enduring image of the Intifada. Over the next 6 years, roughly 200 Israelis and 1300 Palestinians were killed. And in the same year, Palestinian cleric named Sheikh Hamad Yassin established militant group Hamas as an offshoot of the Muslim Brotherhood. Hamas endorses jihad as a way to regain territory for Muslims. The United States designated Hamas a foreign terrorist organization in 1997. Thereafter, in 1988, King Hussein of Jordan relinquishes his country's claims to the West Bank and East Jerusalem in favor of the claims of the Palestine Liberation Organization (PLO). In December of the same year, PLO chairman Yasser Arafat denounces violence and recognizes Israel's right to exist and accepts UN Security Council Resolution 242 and the concept of the land for peace. After that, on 1991, the Madrid Peace Conference begins, sponsored jointly by the United States and the Soviet Union. Israeli, Jordanian, Lebanese, Palestinian, and Syrian delegates attend the first negotiations among those participants. The talks proceeds along bilateral tracks between Israel and its neighbors, and a multilateral track includes the wider Arab world and addresses regional issues. The talks last for the 2 years without any breakthroughs. Thereafter, in 1993, secret negotiations in Norway resulted in the Declaration of Principles on Interim Self-Government Arrangements, also known as the Oslo Accords. Before the accords are signed, Israel and the PLO recognize each other in an exchange of letters. The Oslo Accords envision a peace agreement by 1999. Palestinian leader Arafat and Israeli Prime Minister Rabin won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1994 for their efforts on the Oslo Accords. Later on 1994, Israel and Jordan signed a peace treaty, settling their territorial disputes and agreeing to future cooperation in sectors such as trade and tourism. This is Israel's second peace treaty with an Arab state. It accords special administrative responsibilities for Jerusalem Muslims' holy place to Jordan. Thereafter, in 2000, Israeli politicians including Ariel Sharon and a controversial retired Israeli general visit the Temple Mount, Haram al-Sharif. The Palestinians view this visit as an effort to change the status quo at the holy site. The ensuing demonstrations turned violent, marking the beginning of the Second Intifada. It will last until 2005 and be marked as more violent than the First Intifada. Resulted 4,000 Palestinians and 1,000 Israelis died. After that, on 2002, a terrorist attack kills 30 people at a Passover celebration at a hotel in the Israeli city of Netanyahu. As a result, the Israeli military reoccupies portions of the West Bank, including the city of Ramallah, where the Palestinian Authority is located. Then, in the same year, Israel begins building a security barrier in the West Bank to protect Israeli cities and towns from the terrorist attacks. Later on 2005, Israel begins a unilateral withdrawal of military forces from the Gaza Strip. The Israeli military remains the control of Gaza's borders, airspace and coastlines. After Israel's withdrawal, Hamas, a Palestinian terrorist organization, takes over the Gaza Strip in 2007. Thereafter, in 2017, changing long-standing US policy, US President Donald Trump formally recognizes Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. He also pledges to move the US Embassy from Tel Aviv to that city. Although the move is not set to occur immediately, numerous foreign leaders, including those of Egypt, France, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and the United Kingdom, criticize the policy change. It also sparks protest and violence throughout the Palestine, Egypt, Iran, Iraq, and Jordan. Later on, 2019, the Trump administration formally recognizes Israeli sovereignty over the Golan Heights, which Israel had formally annexed from Syria in 1981. The United States is the first country other than the Israel to formally recognize Israeli sovereignty over the territory. Thereafter, in 2020, Trump administration unveils Israeli-Palestinian peace plan crafted by US and Israeli diplomats without any Palestinian input. The plan calls for a two-state solution with significant economic aid to the Palestinians. Many analysts criticize the plan as being one-sided. And in the same year, Bahrain and the UAE agrees to normalize diplomatic relations with Israel, becoming the first Arab countries to do so in over 25 years. In return, Israel announces the suspension of its plans to annex territory in the West Bank. Morocco and Sudan subsequently also sign an agreement and normalize relations with Israel. And then, recently on 7 October 2023, Hamas launched at least 5,000 rockets from the Gaza Strip directed against Israel. This attack has killed around 1,400 Israelis, with many Israeli soldiers and civilians, including women and children, being taken hostages to the Gaza Strip. Israel launched retaliatory strikes and declared a war on Hamas a day later. As of October 15, around 2,700 Palestinians have been killed, and about 1 million have been internally displaced. Israel cut off food, water, electricity, and fuel supplies to Gaza, sparking off a severe humanitarian crisis in the region. Israel has asked the residents of northern Gaza to evacuate the region, while Hamas has asked them to stay put. There has also been an exchange of fire between Israel and Hezbollah after Hezbollah militants fired rockets into Israel from Lebanon, and Israel responded with airstrikes in Lebanon. So that's all from our side. Please make sure to hit the like button, and for more such insightful case studies, please subscribe to our channel. Lastly, have a good day.